Hello and welcome to this episode of the Projector Project. My name is Diederik. I'm a 5'1" splenic projector here to share my journey of deconditioning with you all. In this episode, I want to talk about the one-on-one being the ideal setup for any projector. Talk a little bit more about that as well as my own personal experience with that, and looking forward to hearing about your experiences on this. So for those that are new to the channel, like I said, I'm a 5'1" splenic projector. I've been using and working with the human design for over 7 years now. I'm also using it professionally with clients both in the business world as a business consultant as well as in private life. Anybody looking to make a shift in life, using the human design as inspiration and being able to make the shifts that we want to make in life and holding the space for people to transform. And what I found personally is people just want to be witnessed. And what I love about the human design system is that it validates your lived experience, particularly as a projector. And it gives you confidence to be yourself. And I think that one of the things, and the reason why I wanted to record this video, is this idea of excelling one-on-one as a projector. So let's dive in. Welcome to the treatment room. You can't see much right now, but there is a bed behind me, and I am currently in Alaska, which I'm blessed to be in. Looking to take you guys outside. The weather's not the greatest for this video, so I'm taking it right here inside. So let's dive in. So as projectors, our aura is designed to absorb and penetrate into the aura of other people. That's what makes the projector such an ideal guide for other people. It's this ability to go into someone's aura, into the energetics of someone's design, of their being, to be able to read the information in the aura, right? Everything that we carry with us, including our human design, our themes, our past, where we're at right now, our beliefs are all caught in the aura, just as much as they are in the body, right? Because the aura is a result of what comes out of our body, right? And so the human design really is all about information in the form of energy that comes in to the body. So how it's coming into the body, how it moves around in the body, and how it moves out of the body. And so as projectors, we're all about that. Our aura absorbs. Now, right off the bat, if you are with 5 people around you, you're absorbing everyone. And so if you're a projector and you feel like you get overwhelmed in a group setting, or if it's more than one-on-one, or if you're having a one-on-one conversation at a party and all of a sudden someone else steps into your conversation, it's a completely different experience. At least it has been for me. So again, have this ability to absorb auras is part of our superpower. But we're really only designed to do that with one person at a time. So as projectors, we work best one-on-one. And I have found that to be so true. Like, so true in my life. As projectors, we also don't really do small talk. We kind of like dive right in. This projector is definitely guilty of that. And I was talking to a projector friend of mine, and he said the same thing, like, we can't do small talk. And I heard somewhere else, I don't know if it was a YouTube video or anywhere else, it was kind of like, if you want to go deep, get yourself a projector. So, one, being mindful as projectors that we thrive one-on-one. And having more auras come in just kind of frazzles things. Because again, who are you taking in? And so for me, if I'm at a party, I normally gravitate to having one-on-one conversations. Group conversations don't really work for me. Now, through the education that I'm doing, particularly when it comes to the career and business application of human design, we talk about whether a person, whether you as a person, whether I am designed to, operate best and ideally as a solopreneur or in within my own aura or in a partnership aura, meaning, one on one with someone else, or in a small group or large group. So these are the things that we get into and that I get into with people in the career analysis that I do with clients. So for myself, for example, I am not designed technically for partnership or small groups or large groups, meaning large organizations, small businesses, or to be in partnership. That's my design. Yay. um, I work best, especially as a 5-1, right? I'm meant to come in a time of crisis and to be that external person to come in with solutions, practical solutions to whatever's happening, and then get out. And I find that looking back at my life, when I have worked with groups, a primary example being this community initiative that I set up while living in Costa Rica. Um, I felt really inspired to want to provide a place for the community to gather around particular workshops and themes. And so I invited 4 of my other friends that I had met in Costa Rica to join me. We had, so I was, me, one projector, another projector friend of mine, a generator, a manifesting generator, and a manifester. So we were a complete group. In fact, within the career and business application of human design, we look into small group mechanics, what we call a penta. And we had all of the we had a complete penta, let's just put it that way. We had a very solid group, and all the skills were there. But what I noticed is, well, one, funny enough, we didn't actually elect a leader at the time, which made things a little bit difficult. Um, but what I found that as I was looking to guide the group, I didn't do very well in the small group meetings that we had, and we had them often. It was very exhausting for me to be in that energy. It was also not effective. And it's weird because then people kind of look to you, but they also don't. And what I found is that when I would have one-on-one calls with the team afterwards, with every member individually, and just ask them questions, that was the most effective way that I could lead, was by asking questions. So that's a practical application of this information, right? Not being as efficient in group settings, but then being more efficient one-on-one. And one of the things is, as projectors, we're meant to be the leaders of the future. And the beautiful thing is that we need to be invited into that position, meaning that we are invited by the rest of the team to be in that leadership position. And we're not guiding other people by telling them what to do. We're guiding other people in how they best use their skills and talents and energy to be in that ideal role, to then be able to make sure that they can operate within what I call the zone of genius, which is what I work with my clients. Like, what is your zone of genius, right? What is your unique combination of skills, gifts, and passions, and what is the ideal environment where you can leverage those, right? So that's just always been a natural inclination of mine. And if you are watching this as a projector, it's an innate thing that we have. We want to guide people. We want to lead people. We want to see people shine. That's what it's all about, right? Like, nothing brings me more joy than to watch someone be in their state of flow. Because to me, human design is really your unique manual for getting into a state of flow, and the state of flow being that space of being fully present. And it's almost like your design does you. It's almost like you make space, and you're so present that your awareness expands, and your gifts and talents are naturally channeled. And I found myself in that position quite a bit. I want to make that more consistent, which is an invitation to deepen into my design, to fully surrender into my design so I can be in that space more. Because truly, human design, it's all about electromagnetics. It's about electricity. Is it flowing or is there resistance? And when you're flowing as a projector, that's when the success comes in. And when you have resistance, that's where the bitterness or the resentment comes in, right? And again, particularly with groups, I find there to be more resentment and bitterness because I just, with my design too, people look to me as a leader, but when I'm in a group setting like that, it's a little trickier. Now, when I am on stage, for example, or doing public speaking, in a public speaking capacity, it's different because then I view the entire group, the entire audience as one person. Then it's different. Even in front of this camera, it's different. And also from that practical standpoint, what I found is that, and this is very much based on nuances of the design, right? Don't get me wrong. But especially when we were in Costa Rica and doing these events, like we were doing a lot of events, I was doing human design workshops, just to get people started on their human design journey, giving them some tools to get started, like kind of what I wish I had known when I got started, because it can be a little overwhelming, especially if you're new and you're watching this, you're just like, holy moly, there is so much information. And even for someone that's been working with this information for 7 years and now being further educated, I'm just like, man, there's so many ways to go. Just from the fact that there are two main streams of education, at least from the Jovian archive, from Roz, what he established as institutions and organizations to manage this information is International Human Design School and the BG5 Business Institute. And I'm working with the BG5 Business Institute at the moment. That's where I'm taking my courses. That's who I'm being certified by to go through these career analysis and now being able to do business engineering. And it really is engineering. And as you guys have noticed, the system is very mechanical. And I love that in many ways. It's not personal, it's mechanical. A friend of mine was reflecting, a projector friend of mine that's in my classes as well. He's, sharing that, this helped him consciously decouple from his partner that he's with for a long time using the human design information. Because really, it's all about your fractal family. Who is part of your fractal? And so that's one. Some people are just not part of your fractal. And I think one of the biggest things about being a projector is accepting that we're not for everyone. Now, bringing it back to this one-on-one, curious to see how you have all experienced being the projector and what it's like to take in those auras. And to go back, real quick to this, to these workshops that I was doing in Costa Rica, and these events, we were doing, men's gatherings, full moon circles, chant circles, any kind of just an excuse to get together and have the intimate conversations that we want to have about where we're at in life and where we want to go and what our challenges are and what our opportunities are and how we are embracing those and listening and witnessing to other people doing the same thing and knowing, most importantly, that we're not alone. That yes, we have to take the steps on our own, but we don't journey alone. We have other people there with us, going through the same thing. and that it in itself is inspiring. And what I noticed that I would organize um, these events. I would invite people. I would then host them in my space and then also facilitate them, meaning lead them. And I found that actually I much preferred organizing and hosting and inviting, but then inviting someone else to lead the group, which is a beautiful way for me to be able to invite someone else to practice leading groups or practice their modality or practice their leadership skills. So it was a beautiful opportunity and a beautiful role that I could play. And I noticed that I actually do much better kind of on the, not the outside, but kind of like be the space holder and be able to use my splenic authority to intuitively know where I needed to step in or go in or wait for the invitation from whoever it was that I invited to facilitate. If they were like, hey, Diederik, do you want to add something? So bringing in that wait for invitation. So yeah, guys. So the one-on-one, that's huge. It's really the key to living successfully as a projector, and particularly as we're moving into 2027 and beyond. We're really here to be the new leaders, once again, of what's coming. And we do that best by working one-on-one. So curious as to what your experience is with this. Please share, comment. One of the things that's really powerful about this channel and this space that we're creating together is that it's not just from what I'm sharing and what I'm hearing from other people and conveying that through this video, but also the comments have been hugely inspiring and educational for me and for everybody else too. We're all learning from each other and sharing, and that's the power, right? The power of the tribe, an inclusive tribe, projector or not. Because in our life, we all have projectors. And in the end, whether you are a manifesting generator, manifester, a generator, or a reflector, or a projector, we all just want to thrive. We all just want to be in our zone of genius. Because that's what I found. When I look around, when I'm in my state of flow and embodying my design fully, and my role in community or in business, or both, and then looking to my right and my left and seeing other people do the same, different roles. And I'm just like, man, I'm so glad that you are taking this role on, and it's so cool to see you thrive. Like, it's almost like I'm happy I'm not doing it. I'm so happy you're doing it, and watching you do it with such inspiration and such joy. It's such genius. I mean, that's a deep feeling of success for me. And that's my signature emotion as a projector and any projector out there. So I'm going to leave you with this. Please, like I said, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.